Hi everyone, this is Just Trying to Play It, and we are back with Little Big Workshop Evil DLC. Now, the last time we played, you will notice that we are not on the same day or the day after. We have gone a little bit ahead. And you may ask yourself, why do we do that? Then again, you may not ask yourself. You probably don't give a damn. But you know what? I'm going to tell you anyway. We started to just get into some different things, and my goal was to just go ahead, go a few days and kind of see what happens, and then just to move forward a little bit, to get things moving, to get to a better situation, so that we can show a little bit more of what this DLC has. And it's mainly because obviously this DLC is a little repetitive, just like its predecessor, its original. But that's a given on simulation games. So anyone that does not like simulation games or something like that, that may be one of the reasons why you don't like it. But simulation games tend to be repetitive, and you're doing the same thing probably over and over. But in this case, I wanted to get to some different things. Myself, I wanted to try and make a few more of the robots. I wanted to do, this mini car. I also wanted to get into the things that were going to bring us more money in the long run, and just start queuing up stuff that we're doing, not just for that market period, but just for multiple days. So we've done that. And as you can see, I've got 25 of the mini cars queued up. Now, these mini cars, I don't figure that anyone is going to get into this market. And the reason why I say that is because by now we've practically purchased everyone. Okay, now I don't know how many we have purchased before, but as you can see here, we have purchased everyone except these two. So we've got 7 out of 9 people here. We're also a lot closer to Nemesis than we were before. And the reason why we did that was because, first of all, it's a combination of a few things. So we're going to, let's go ahead and scrap that first. Let's go ahead and send, well, we can't send these out yet. But yeah, I had them doing these just because the price is going up. And I can see that eventually we're going to be out of the market on this. It's going to expire. So what I had done was I just had them just do a bunch of them. I didn't have them doing, just a little amount here or there. I just had them doing a bunch of them. And I think I'm going to queue it up and have them do some more, because they should be closer to about 48. Maybe this may be 50 something. So I'm just going to have them doing those just on a normal basis. I've got 60 here. I think that 60 is fine. That'll cover a couple of more markets. So we're just going to queue those up and have them do that. So these are going to be in storage. They shouldn't take up too much space, which I don't think they do. I don't even know where they put them, honestly. They're not over here. Let's see, maybe they're over here. Yeah, they're over here. So they're not taking up a lot of space. They're on shelves. Some of them could be moved, but you know how your haulers are. But anyway, what I was saying was it's a combination of a few things. So if we go here, let's take a look at what we're getting on this thing. Our workers are costing us a daily average of $45.28. That's fine. Our rent is costing us an average of $2,088. So just between the workers and the rent, we're at about 66. What is that? 16, give or take. Now, we are making $17,183 from our subsidiaries. Okay, so that gives me great feelings inside. I get a warm and fuzzy feeling when I'm making more passive money than what my expenses are. So in this case, my passive money is all of these companies here that I own. They are bringing in the big bucks right now. So they are basically keeping us afloat. They are creating our foundation for making more and more money. So in this case, they are all paying for our expenses. they are bringing us a decent profit of more than 10,000 per day. Now, yes, we could do that ourselves, but it would be a lot more work. So you can see, if you just add these up, this tells you what we paid for each of these guys. So you can see what those prices are. This one was the highest, and I believe we bankrupted him first, but we couldn't buy him first. But we did bankrupt him first. So in this case, all of these guys are bringing in more than enough money for us to just sit here and have our people just do nothing. Now, do we want to do that? We could, but we won't. So what's going on here is, I was wondering when I noticed this guy was giving us 1,015 a day, if these were proportionate to how much we paid for them. And it turns out they are. It looks like we're getting 4% per day of what we have paid for them, which is what the companies, at the time were worth to us. So this guy is bringing us 55.26, which, yes, falls along the lines of about 4%, I think it is, of what he cost us. So it's interesting to know that, because if she stayed at 300 grand, which we could actually buy her now and just be done with it. But if she stayed at 300 grand, she would bring us quite a lot of money per day. If it holds true to the 4%, we're looking at about $12,000 with her. But I would feel better if we knocked her down a little bit. Now, we have been going after her. As you can see here, her marketing skills have been hit. So she was higher than this 300,000. Obviously, she was too. We went after her because she was getting into things that she had no business. Now, Nemesis, on the other hand, we have been slowly chipping away at him. When we get the projects or the aid from the subsidiaries, they actually start going after Nemesis, which we have one now. They actually go after Nemesis. Now, in the beginning, we don't know how they're going to go after Nemesis. At least I don't. Now, it could be on here somewhere. I don't know. But most times, I don't know how they're going to go after Nemesis. So what happens is, we find ourselves in a situation where it really does not matter how they go after him. The fact of the matter is they're going to go after him. So what we end up doing is we end up getting, hold on here, let me see. It's not allowing me to do this one either. I don't know what, it's really odd sometimes, because it's basically was telling me that I couldn't do them, but then it's actually given me the opportunity. Let me see. Nope, can't do that. Let's see. Yeah, it's not allowing me to do these. I can't do it. I don't know why. I don't know. It's 5 personnel. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but it's not that big of a deal. It isn't. But anyway, let's get out of that and go back to here. Basically, what they're doing is they're attacking Nemesis for me, and we're providing them the materials to where they can go after Nemesis, which is great. That's fine with me. The issue is that we had not been attacking Nemesis ourselves, because I wanted to kind of wait. I wanted to see if we can own both of these guys. Now, in the process, we have been creating more and more value, more and more net worth, because we're buying up companies, obviously. So that has helped us as well to close the gap that we had. We had a really, really big gap before, but we've now closed this gap, and we're a lot closer to him than we were before, just a little over 100,000. So we probably will beat him before we get a chance to purchase these two. Now, this guy should be on the verge of bankruptcy. He's getting close to that, but we may send him one more gift of love and kind of help him along the way. We have not really attacked her. We just started attacking not Norway. And I think what we're going to do is she is going to get attacked with this guy. This guy has been such a godsend. I don't even know how to even put it, you know. And then if I took him along with this, it's really been really, really good. So what we're going to do is eventually attack her with this. Now, I could just buy her now, and she would probably give me about, I want to say 12,000 ish every day, which puts us well above, you know, what we really need. So we'll be close to 30,000 a day just from our companies. Now, we really don't need that much, and I don't want to really spend that much cash right now, to be honest with you. But we could, and we'll get it back really, really quick, you know. So I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and try to finish off some of these. Now, this robot, we're only allowed to do 4. We're going to do the 4. Pretty soon, this guy's going to be out of it. We're going to probably try to get rid of him. Hopefully, in the next cycle, he'll be gone. So that's what I try to do. If we've hit them at least once in a cycle, I like to see how that has affected them in the next cycle. If they're still up and running, we'll hit them again until, you know, they go bankrupt. But I usually try not to hit them twice in one cycle, just mainly because sometimes I can put those products elsewhere. So in this case, what we're going to do is we are going to just make a few other products. We're going to get some of these things done. Our robots should probably almost be done soon-ish, as you can see there. And we're going to, by the next cycle for the toy food, we should have some to, you know, sell outright as soon as that cycle begins. This always have a problem with this driver. Let me see here. Do we have, yeah, we can put 5 people here. Where... Let's see. Yeah, I don't... We're always having an issue with this driver. Maybe we need more haulers. Do we need super haulers? Maybe... Let's see if we want to do that. Can we do that? Oh, so we can upgrade to technician. I never really looked. No, I changed that. We do have technicians over here. So maybe we need a couple of super haulers. Let's do that. Let's just have 2 of our people become super haulers. And let's just see if that helps anything. But yeah, we've always got an issue over here. Problem is though, I don't think we got a notification. Yeah, she's just standing there. I think that's a glitch. What do you think? I think it's a glitch. Because I'm looking in here and they're just standing there with 1 stack of items here. I mean, they're saying hi, they're doing all of that stuff. So I'm not sure what they're expecting us to do. Let me see if I can I don't know if I should. I'm gonna save it and then reload it. And I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna load this save, and then I'm gonna see if it works out. So I'll bring you back as soon as I try that. And we're back, and as you can see, our stuff is getting chucked out of the truck. So yeah, that was some sort of a glitch. I don't know. I don't know what actually happened, but I see that every now and then on this game, but it's not a game breaker, so to speak, because you can save it, go out to the main menu, and then come back, and it usually corrects itself. Now, I don't know why it just doesn't do that in the first place, but, I don't know. I don't even know I don't know enough about programming to even get into that sort of thing. So anyhow, our people are making different things here. The robots should be pretty quick. We should be on the verge of finishing those momentarily. That should bring in some decent money. Right now, money is not a problem, but I mean, if you remember in the beginning, money was a huge, huge issue. We were constantly like just barely above water, if we were above water at all. So I'm happy to be in this spot, but with games like this, once you're in this spot, you now have more money than you know what to do with, so you don't know what to do with the money. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually expand later on. But as you can see, let's just go over that because I have expanded since then. Okay, so these little areas here, I believe, were already done. So you can see we created another little spot here. I don't use these that often. I'm tempted to just sell them. But just in case I want to get into some other stuff, I still have them available. Over here is where I really did the expansion. Now, this was already here. All of this here. So the first thing I did was I took this storage space and just pushed it down toward the end of the lot that I own. And I created these other two rooms on the side. Now, you don't see that much in here, and there's nothing in here. That's just for future reference. That's just for future expansion. If I so decide to put anything in here, I have the space available. And then I think I'm going to always leave these. Now, I tried to move this up a bit. I don't think they allow you to do that. So I think what I'm going to have to do is move this over first and then move it back, which is kind of odd to have to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway because I really need that thing to be... I'm not a OCD person, but I kind of like having it aligned that way. I can't even really see it now. I think it's right there. Yeah, I'm not an OCD person, but it just makes sense to have this stuff aligned. It's just, you know, it's just weird to have it all weird and stuff like that. But then again, as you can see also, I am an absolute shape type of person. So these are squares and rectangles. There's really no odd shapes up in here, you know, and it just works for me. You know, it just seems to work for me. There's no reason right now for me to have like these weird, you know, these weird shapes going on. You know, there really isn't. So for me, I mean, I would rather just, you know, just keep it simple. You know, I mean, I guess a lot of people could say that, but I would rather just keep it simple because I have no issue with just going with the norm sometimes. You know, now there are times when you have to think outside the box, but when you don't have to, you know, if it works, it works. That's the way I look at it. If it works, it works. You know, there's no reason for me to, what do people call it, reinvent the wheel. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. So we have another cycle that's occurred here. So let's look here. We've got 43 of these things that we can do. We're going to surpass that because we already had 12 of these ready and we're doing another 60. So we're going to end up doing about 72. Now, what I'm hoping is if we're doing 72 of these, we can only do 43 this time. So we're going to have about 29 more for the next cycle. I think that it makes sense for us to just finish this out, to finish out the cycle. Now, I'm not going to pre-set up anything. I'm going to wait until the next cycle rolls around so that I can see how many, you know, we can do. I don't want to do too many because obviously it's expiring and we're going to have to scrap anything extra. So I'm not going to do that. But I am hoping that these cars are ready pretty soon, but I doubt if they are. This is going to be a process here. These cars are going to be a process, which I'm perfectly prepared for. Now, let's see what that does. Ah, yes. I thought this was going to happen this time because he was so low. He was so low. We are now going to buy this guy up. And he's going to bring us another 34.55 a day. So I'm thrilled with that. Now, my goal is to now get this lady, which we could buy her now, but that's not necessary. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and have her go bankrupt. And we're going to buy her up. We are very close to Nemesis. We are probably going to beat him without buying her. We don't need her for that, but I still would like to. I want to see if we can buy her. Well, we could just buy her now. You know, let's just do it. Let's just buy her now. What do you say? We have the money. Let's just do it. Okay. That is going to bring us 11,297 additional per day. So we have bought every single subsidiary here, which I feel if it's not an achievement, it should be. But we have now purchased all of these guys. Now, I don't know if this will continue to go down. I don't remember if that was even an issue. I don't think it is, because we didn't wait until, I mean, we waited till all of these guys were bankrupt, but we didn't wait until she went bankrupt. So we'll see. I think it just stays there from the moment that we buy it. So we are now looking at, let's go over here, a wonderful 31,935 from our subsidiaries, and we're only paying about 67.14 for our expenses, basically. So let's just call it 6,800. We're bringing in a decent amount, almost 25,000 of revenue per day, which is very, very good. It's extremely good. Now, this thing has been usually the one thing that we can make on a consistent basis that we can use to sabotage Nemesis. Now, I think we're going to go ahead and do them, but I also think we're going to send some friends along. So we're going to make sure that these two are also hit. So Nemesis is going to get a dose of this guy. And we're going to do them in increments of 15 each. So let's cue that up. Now, it's not that important for me to do it now. I really want to get this done first. And once again, we've ticked off. Yeah, we're always ticking this company off. I bet they get sick of us, for real. I bet they get sick and tired of us. I mean, I would, if I'm constantly trying to figure out, trying to bring stuff to you and you don't want to help me load this stuff. Your people standing around drinking coffee and I got to deliver all this stuff by myself. I'll get ticked off at you too. Look, all of them are ticked off. This is not, let's see. Let's put 5 on that one. This one already has 5. I think what it is too is as they're walking through this stuff, they're getting ticked off. And we may have queued up too many items right now because our storage space is only in the front. So we're loaded with storage, and we're doing a project that takes up space, which are the mini cars. So as you can see, those frames are taking up a good amount of space there. But we should be able to get through it. If not, we'll temporarily set this room as storage over here. But I don't know if it's going to be necessary yet. We're going to see what happens. Right now, we're just slightly behind on our deadline here for these guys. But we should catch up rather quickly. I'm just hoping we don't hit another snag like we did before. What is this billboard for? Nothing. I still haven't assigned anything to this billboard. So you know what? Let's move it. Let's just get it out of the way. There we go. Let's just move it. Okay, hold on. We are running out of storage space. So we are gonna set this area over here. Let's set this little area right about, oh, the door is there. I probably shouldn't have put the door there. No. Let's do that. And then let's do this. Just a little bit over there. Let's do that. That way they should be able to walk at least around these storage areas. So we've given them a little more storage. That's probably not going to make too much of a difference. But we're hoping that it does, but it probably won't. And we're further behind on those also. Let's look here. Yeah, because we've got the hamburgers going. Plastic rod. That's for the mini car. Let's see. What are you depending on over here? Okay, let's look. You've got the body assembly. The mini cars. Oh, yeah, we should catch up a bit. The mini cars are going to take a while, as you can see. But we're finishing up some of these. You know what? We have to move these. Because we need to do these body assemblies, but the mini cars are going to take up the space. So, I think over here, once they finish this one, these need to go back into the queue. And then over here, once they finish this one, these need to go back into the queue. I missed one. Let's see, also here, once they finish that one, this is going to go back in the queue. And then once they finish this one, because we need to finish up the bodies of this thing so that we can catch up a little bit. We are behind, and I don't like the amount of time that we're behind. But we should catch up soon, I'm hoping. We should start doing the body assembly. We're way behind on that. We should start doing the body assembly soon. I don't see any of them being done. Okay, so 10 have been allocated. Okay, I see what they're doing. Yeah, it's like they do that sometimes. You know, they could be finished with a lot of this, but I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Hopefully we'll catch up a little bit in the process, but it does not look like we will. Yeah, we got behind kind of early on this one. Yeah, one of them's done. Yeah, we're not going to finish all 20, which is fine. You know what? We've got other stuff we can send, and at least we'll get paid for the ones that we have done. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. But yeah, it's unfortunate that we weren't able to finish it when we should have been able to. We can always scrap them for what little money we can get out of the rest of them. But it's unfortunate to do that. But, you know, you live and learn. You know, it still happens even after you've learned, you know. But it's not happening as often. And we're in a position to where we can go ahead and we can deal with it. You know, we don't necessarily need the money that it would have given us, but it would have been nice to get that money, plus, you know, do the sabotage job. But then again, you know, our goblins are going pretty well here, so we'll probably end up just sending the goblins later on. Yeah, we're not gonna make that. We're gonna be about 9 short, maybe even 8 if we push it. But we're gonna be a little short on this one. Yeah, but I mean, we got the money for it, so I mean, I think that's what's most important. And we got a few points for even doing it. We've got a lot of points that are not usable here. We only need 5 more to finish this out. Honestly, I think in this game, I think there should be more of the evil research and development. They could add some more here. They've got a nice little amount, but they could add a lot more, just like in the original game. The original game has a really in-depth research and development for all of this, and I think they could do the same thing here. Yeah, you're getting a little taste of something different, but I really think that they can make it a little bit longer, because in hindsight, I could have finished this DLC a long time ago. You know, it would not have taken the number of hours that it took, you know, technically. But because I was trying certain things, I was constantly doing what I like to do or things like that. It prolonged it a little bit. And for the most part, that was just for my gameplay experience. I wanted to enjoy the game. With DLCs like this, sometimes, if you played enough of these games, you'll kind of know what I mean. With certain DLCs, you know that they're only supposed to add a couple of hours or so to your playtime. Maybe 4 hours, maybe 2 hours. But that's if you just go in it and hurry up and get to the final stage, which in this case is beating Nemesis. We're right there. We've basically beat him. So I think in the next market stage we'll end up beating. Now I don't know if we have to buy him or not, but I think in the next stage we'll end up just beating him, because we've got more net worth than he does right now, which I knew was going to happen, but, you know, not even trying to do anything, it was going to happen. But what I was saying was, you know, you have those games where the idea is to beat Nemesis. If all you're doing is looking at it and saying, I just want to beat this guy, I just want to beat this guy, then you're going to finish it pretty soon. You're going to finish it really, really quickly. And I didn't want to do that because I felt like it wouldn't be worth my while to get the DLC if I was only going to play another 2 hours or maybe even 3 hours. So that's why I decided to do things the way that I did it. Now, yes, I could go back and I could play it again, but I think had I played it the way that a different way in the beginning, I don't think I would have wanted to play it again. You know, and I think that's the main thing, is replayability. In this case, the DLC, considering the way that I played it, I would go back and try to play it again. And let's say I go back and I say, okay, let me see how fast I can beat this thing. That will be one challenge for me. And then let's see if I can go back and I can get, who in the hell? Hold on. Who? There is no way that we should be running out of any cups of coffee or anything like. Where is the person? I don't see anybody. Is anybody dropped? Anybody flat on the ground, face first, taking a dirt nap over here? I don't see anyone. Do you see anyone? I see no one on the ground. And I don't think that they have recovered that fast. Yeah, I don't see anyone. So, I mean, we should have more than enough cups to go around to refuel everyone. So that's going to annoy me too. And then before I get back into what I was talking about, let me go ahead and do that. The rest of them are okay. These are about to. But yeah, so anyway, had I played it the way that in the beginning, that my focus was only on beating Nemesis, I think that I wouldn't go back and play it again. I would just say, forget it. I've done it. That's it. But because I kind of experimented a bit and I did a few other things and it took me longer, to even get to the point where he could be beaten, then I think that I would go back and kind of do some other challenges. As I said before, I would try to do, I would try to probably get 1,000,000 in the game. I would probably try to get, I mean, that may be easier in this one, than maybe the other one. Because in this one, you have the opportunity to buy companies that will then allow you to use that income to cover your expenses. So it helps a bit. So you're getting some help from other people. There's also, I may try to beat Nemesis without buying them, which I don't know if that may work. But the point is, there's other things that you can do even after you've beat it. And that's just a matter of, this is a matter of how you want to play it. Which is why I call myself just trying to play it. I am just trying to play the game. I am trying to play the game for, number one, what it's worth to fulfill the objective. But I am also trying to play the game to really just enjoy the game in itself. I want to see everything that it has to offer. Which is one of the reasons why I haven't finished some other games that I'm playing. Because I am trying to see what it has to offer. This DLC for my gameplay is coming to an end soon. So I don't necessarily, I don't, I'm okay with that. But, then that means that, it's just one other thing. I enjoy playing it for what it's worth. I enjoy playing it. So, to the developers, yes, I enjoy playing this. Did they not do this yet? I thought I had. Oh, I guess I did that one. The rest of these, yeah, let's go ahead and just have these get done real quick. They're pretty close to needing it. But yeah, I enjoyed the game. I thought it was, of course it's cute and everything. Yes, I believe they could have added a lot more stuff. They could have added a lot more research and development. Especially on the evil side, because at some point these points just keep on adding up, and it just doesn't become that hard. Now, I didn't do any portals, which I probably might do that. I don't even see any point to adding any portals, honestly. But if I have to add some portals, they're not that big. So I could put a portal there. I don't have any room over here to put a portal. I could always buy all of the plots. I could always buy every plot that's here. That's not an issue because I could get them all probably now and be down to a few dollars. But it's like, what's the point of that too, if I'm not going to keep on going. Now, I might do it and try to see if I can mass produce some of these things. Like this is 156, this is 160. Let me see if I can mass produce 160 of these things over the course of, a cycle. Same with this, if this was to ever come back, and it'll be a lot of them. This is the same thing. It's 155 of these, 124 of those, 119 of these. I wonder if I can mass produce all of those in one cycle. So, that may be something that I could do as well. And then even with these, can I do, 79 robots in a matter of a cycle? That would be such good money. Such good money. But then, maybe, I'm doing the wrong robots. I need to be doing this. But the good thing about this is that I think I have I think I have enough with this one. Yeah, that I can probably still sell them for that price. These are higher though. But still, they're $4,000. It's not that much. But I figured, you do that one and then maybe you can do those. But anyhow, that's just the way I look at it. This cycle's about to be over. Let's just see what happens here. Let's see if that's the end or not. And if it is the end, you know, then we'll figure out how much further, if at all, we want to continue with this. And let's see, we've got probably, there it is. Okay, so it looks like we have, oh, there's a phone call. There is the phone call. How was this possible? How can you beat me? I created you. No one can be more evil than me. No one. Oh, and it freezes him, huh? Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Well, I earned over $26 million. Um, you know, I mean, sabotage 67 times. I mean, it's cute, all of this stuff here, but you know what? I think that this ending was a little lackluster. It kind of left a lot to be desired. I feel like it could have really been a lot more. Now, I'm going to click continue playing because I'm going to also play off camera just because I do enjoy playing it. You know, sometimes it's a little relaxing, sometimes it's not. But, you know, sometimes I just like to just come on and create products and kind of see what else I can make my people do. Buy some of the other, you know, equipment that I never even touched. So that's going to be important to me as well. But the ending for this was a little lackluster for me. I felt like, yes, I could have done it a lot sooner than this. But I think my gameplay experience would have been diminished. Mainly because I wouldn't have been able to experience a lot of the stuff that I did experience. I enjoyed almost going bankrupt and having to climb out of it. You know, I know that that's a little weird, but when it comes to games like this, it's a given. You know, they should be somewhat challenging to where you're facing that brink where you're about to go bankrupt and your gameplay is about to end. Now, luckily, on the game, you have the chance to restart from where, you know, you may have gone wrong. You have the chance to save it at a certain point, and that's your save point. You can keep going back and trying it again. So yes, that I love about all games. But I think that it really helps to figure out a strategy when you're getting close to bankruptcy and you now have to pull yourself from that quicksand. Because there were times where we were constantly facing that quicksand. And yeah, sometimes I stepped into it and sometimes I was pushed into it. But either way, I was in that quicksand and I had to pull myself out of that quicksand. Sometimes we were drowning. We were just hemorrhaging money and we had to figure out how to stop the bleeding. That's why I like games like this. Simulation games, business tycoon type of games, management games. That's why I love games like this, and this is the genre that I mostly play games from. Because they do, yes, it's a game, but they also make you think sometimes. Now, yes, I made plenty of mistakes on here. Made a lot of mistakes on this game. Some of the mistakes were bonehead mistakes, and I agree with that. But sometimes when you follow your heart and you say, well, I just really want to do this, I just really want to do that. Sometimes you do make those mistakes, but you have to have that wherewithal or that know-how to pull yourself out of it, you know, to kind of keep maybe your emotion out of it, because maybe your emotion's fine, it's cute, but it's not business. So for that in itself, I thank all people, all developers who create games like this. This is one of my first series that I've actually finished, but it's a DLC. I didn't finish the original one, which I am going to go back to the original one, and I am going to I'm going to continue that one and finish that one to a certain extent also. The purpose of that one is to also beat this guy. Blad, whatever his name is also to beat him. So doing it in that one is a little different than doing it on this one. But either way, I enjoyed it for the most part. The ending was a little lackluster. It left something to be desired. But hopefully you will see me in another video. Hopefully you decide to, follow me to other videos, to other types of things that I'm doing. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. You'll know what things are coming out and, what I'm hopefully up to. Hopefully it's something that you can relate to. Hopefully it's something that you'll enjoy. And once again, as I always say, if you don't enjoy it, let me know why you don't enjoy it. Help the community, help you, so to speak. Until the next video, this is just trying to play it, saying please stay safe, everyone.